Hi, Arizona lawyer Julie LaBenz here, and I want to talk to you about what your options are if you've been married, you're getting a divorce, and you don't own the house that you and your spouse have been living in. In other words, your spouse owned it, it's their separate house, but you've been living there for however long and contributing, maybe you put some money into it. What are your options? This is what we call a community lien. This means that the house is deemed your spouse's separate property, but you have what's called a community lien. So you have a loan interest, so to speak, against the house. No, it's not recorded. No, it's not of record, but it is recognized in the divorce court as an interest you have in the property. Now, calculating that interest can be a little bit complex. There's a case that Arizona follows, and the case name is Drahos v. Renz, and that case is from the 80s, if memory serves. And that case goes through and lays out the calculation for how you determine the community's contribution interest to a separate property house. So if you are facing that situation where you married somebody, they already had a house, you moved in, but then let's say you've been using money that you've both earned at your jobs to pay down the mortgage. You did some improvements. Those situations, or you took separate money you had and put it into the house, those would be situations where there'd be a lien. The community lien would be the lien for community monies put into the house. If you used your separate money, that would be a separate property issue that the divorce court likely wouldn't hear. You might have to initiate another action to address that if you and your spouse can't work it out between the two of you. But if the community, you and your spouse, any property earned, any monies earned during the marriage, unless they come through inheritance, which isn't earnings, but if you inherit money or you get gifted money and you keep it separate, that could be separate property. But if this is your salary that's coming in, you and your spouse, are making money each month, you're married, and then you take that money and you use it to pay down the mortgage that your spouse, it's for your spouse's separate property house, that's what would give the community lien, give rise to the community lien. So keep that in mind, that if you're in that situation, you'll likely want to consult with an attorney and get the numbers. In other words, figure out exactly what your interest is in the house based on that community lien. I'm Arizona lawyer Julie LaBenz. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any other questions. I appreciate you watching my channel.